Can you tell us your name?
My name is Juma Zawahra from Masra village.
And tell us where geographically Masara village is in Palestine.
Masra village is about 20 kilometers to the south of Bethlehem city. And it's to the east of Frat settlement, which is built on our land.
And what's the population, an estimate of the population of Masara village?
You mean their work or?
How many people live here in the village?
Yeah, we are around 8,000 inhabitants in Al Masra and around.
Yes.
Because we are here 9 villages, and Masra is the center of the villages, the region.
And most folks farm here, olive farmers. Is that correct, or how would you categorize?
Yes, most of them are farmers. Yes, and we have also like 30% of the inhabitants, they are working in Israeli settlements. Yes.
And tell us about the settlement that's built here, or the settlements.
Yes, I remember when they start building Frat settlement. I was a kid.
Yes.
I was 10 years old, and really I remember it when they start building a Frat settlement in our land. And they start building it. They put just cantons at the top of the mountains, and slowly they start building fixed houses.
Yes.
And slowly, days by days, it become more and more big.
And this was 1980s, maybe?
Yeah, it's at the beginning of the 17th. No, at the beginning of 18th,
How many settlers live in the settlements surrounding Masara?
I think maybe more than 10,000.
More than 10,000.
Yes, and most of them, I'm so sorry, most of them from USA. A lot of them from USA. And I want to add something here about the settlers. For example, when they bring settlers from USA or from France, they care too much to have the same architecture, the same infrastructure, the same view they used to see. For example, in USA, they care to make the same view in the settlement.
The neighborhoods look the same, with the same sidewalks and the same types of
the
streets.
The same colors, the same streets, and so on.
Yes. So how has this affected the people of Masara village since these settlements have begun? Talk about how this has changed life here.
Yes. Our life became more and more complicated since the majority of the people, they are farmers, and they lost their land. So people became more and more people. We have a lot of non-worker people now. And when you see the trees is uprooted, for example, olive trees, when you see it uprooted, and we are caring about it as our kids. It's like to bring your heart out of your body. It's the same. And I remember, for example, when they start building the wall, there was an old Palestinian man. When he see the olive trees uprooted, he died. This is our life. They are surrounding us. The problem that they didn't want to convince that the Palestinian people, they have their rights, and they are a human being finally. And they didn't convince also that we are their partner for peace. They want to evacuate us. This is the problem. They want to delete us, and we didn't accept that. So this is the idea of the non-violence where we start since more than 5 years, and in this way we succeed. We succeed to have a lot of people around us, from international people, from the Israeli society itself. we have with us, who's supporting us. And this is our power, by the way, because we know that, and we treat, for example, in 1992, we treat the violence way, and we didn't succeed in that. But this non-violence way, it's spread all over the world, and we have a lot of people who are supporting us. And it's our right. It's our right. We are looking to have our freedom one day. But maybe you have to ask me a very important question. Why we didn't have a lot of Palestinians who participate in our demonstration? The answer is easy, because as you see, the soldiers in the demonstration, they have their cameras, and they just pictured anyone. They marked the people who participate and join the demonstration. And then later, it means if you join that demonstration, it means that you will not have a permission to work in Israeli settlement. It means that you will be arrested at any checkpoint. It means that sometimes they will come to our houses at night and distributing the people and the families. So they're scaring the people.
Tell us about this man I met before the demonstration today who was arrested 2 weeks ago.
His name is Mahmoud.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's happened for all of us, by the way. For me, it's happened before, and I have a court after 4 days. They just because he's shouting for non-violence, then they arrest him without reasons, because we are just with our hands and with our voices. So they arrest him.
And tell us about the conditions when you're detained for marching non-violently on a weekly demonstration. Tell us about the treatment in prison by the Israelis.
Yes, I will talk about my experience, because I was in jail. By the way, I was 7 times in jail. The last one, I was in the demonstration, and I'm just talking as today. And when I finished, the captain just said bravo and put him in the jeep. They arrested, tied me to the back, and they covered my eyes from 1 o'clock p.m. until 10 p.m. And finally he asked me, the policeman, he asked me, you was in a closed military area. Then I answered him, what is the meaning of closed military area? It's all Palestine is a closed military area. Maybe while I'm in my house, you said it's a closed military area, then you will arrest me. Then he said, shut up, you must pay 1,000 shekel. And I paid 1,000 shekel and I get free. This is the reason. It's easy, friend. It's easy. They didn't believe that you are a human being. They didn't believe of that. They just believe that you are an enemy for the soldiers. That means you must be in jail, you must be under the ground, you must feel that you are a refugee even in your house. This is the formula.
And tell the folks watching this about the demonstration today. We marched from the village down to a main road, and we were stopped. Tell us the significance of this and what this. Maybe talk about your land on the other side of this road.
Yes, every Friday since more than 5 years we march with a non-violence way. Our aim is just to reach our land. Our aim is just to see it with our eyes.
And tell us what's on that land. Your trees, your olive trees?
Yes, grape trees, olive trees.
And this is the way most villagers make their living. This is their livelihood. This is how they feed their families.
Yes, and by the way, they evacuate more than 2,000 dunams of land. We lost more than 2,000 dunams of land after they complete the wall.
And each week when you attempt to march to your land to symbolically say that we have a right to go to our own land that we were born with here in Palestine, tell us what kind of how you were stopped by the soldiers and
As you see, they didn't allow us. They said that it's a closed military area every week, and they start pushing us. Sometimes they shoot tear gas, sometimes they shoot voice bombs, sometimes they kicked us with their weapons, and that's it. Just on a Friday, by the way, just at the time of the demonstration, instead of the media, they do the same.
Is there anything else you want to add before we end this interview?
Yes, I would like to say something, that we are the owner of the land, and we want to share it. Even it's our land, but we want to share it with the Israelis with peaceful way, and no one can delete the other. We can delete the Israelis, also they can delete us. So the solution is just peace, real peace.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
فيفا فيفا فلسطين! فيفا فيفا فلسطين! قلب واحد يا شباب، قلب واحد يا جماعة. لا لا مش مازن.
ما حدش يرجع هنا. انا
اسمع
شو يسقر؟
وين فوق؟ وين احنا؟
اطلعوا فوق للشغله.
Until our houses.
Why are you pushing?
Until our houses.
They lose. Look for their faces. They are losing, and we succeed.
You are see?
Yeah.
Just to make it violence way. You didn't know that there are a lot of internationals. They pass the message. When they return back, they will mobilize more and more people to support us. Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied when you are pushing girls?
انت روح من هون روح.
يلا بس يا مياد يلا.
انا بدي احطها انا احطها شو بدي؟
قلب واحد يا شباب.
You are in a war? You think that you are in a war? We are just here for peace.
Don't push.
Don't touch the.
Don't push us. No one is using violence.
تمام بتكون ترجعوا.
Ow.
يا حيال يا.
You must know, if you put all of the Palestinians in jails, if you kill all the Palestinians, but you will not delete us, because we will win. It's our rights, our land, our sky, our ground. Everything in the ground is hoping for our freedom, so we will win. We are the power here, not you. Even if you carry weapons, we didn't care about that. Even if you shot us or put us in jails, we will win. Put that in your mind. We will be your dreams. When you go to sleep, you will see us in your eyes, because we will win. It's our rights. Put that in your mind. 4 years we want to start from beginning, like moving in a circle, an infinity circle. So we are here not for fighting. We are here for our rights, just to go to our land. So this is a message. Please, could you pass it when you return back to your countries and mobilize more and more people just to see and to hear, as you see by your eyes, how they are just violence people. They want to change it with a violence way, to have a permission to arrest us and to kill us. This is the reason of their behavior. And now we want to care about health, about environment, about this problem which is facing all people all over the world, not facing the occupation. So we must be union to face this problem which is control the humanity. But they didn't convince of that, because They just have machines in their minds. They just have an orders that you must go to Masara village, for example, and then you kick the people who are just asking for their freedom.